Fan and Cinderin.
Thank you very much, Shiver. We got game number 2 for the grand finals here. Cinderman, and yeah, like the panel was talking about, a lot of weird-ass heroes. Some we've seen a few times before, like the Vengeful Spirit, which I'm personally very excited to be casting. It's the first one for me. But it has looked very powerful. We'll get to that as the game progresses, of course. What are your thoughts on the respective lines? Do you agree with the panel on this one?
I think it's maybe a little bit more obvious how Tundra's lineup is going to take fights, but I also do foresee a little bit of a problem for them with initiating, apart from a mag skewer. They don't really have any good catch compared to last game. Whereas you look to LGD's side, they have the Venge swap with Rupture. They have the Bane that can catch heroes around on the map. So definitely have a couple of options here. And I do agree. I think LGD's strategy against what Tundra has is going to make for a better game than the last one. It's also hard not to. They just got super rolled. But if the game goes late and Tundra managed to get the types of team fights they want, their lineup is just incredible.
What is this?
It's a Monkey King.
It's going for a courier kill?
Yep.
All right. And, very sad indeed for them, as Ame is actually left alone to his own devices here, but Tundra not wanting to go high ground for the moment.
Cool to see carry Bloodseeker, by the way. I think this hero could be a thing this patch in the right conditions, and he has a couple good matchups here. Obviously great against Darkseer. You can't surge away when you're ruptured. It's good against Pangoult. Speaks for itself. LGD actually got counterpicked by that by Team Spirit the other day. So yeah, I do see LGD having some tools, and I think this time around Xiao 8 is not going to get flat out bodied, right? That's also going to help them. This is a good lane matchup for Lesh. You're ranged against melee. You have a lot of spell damage against Mag's strong right clicks. So I
can't remember the last time he's picked a traditional, I don't know if Lesh is even considered traditional, but a more traditional mid. It's always been something really weird where he's going in with the disadvantage. You know?
This has been his #1 traditional mid this tournament, actually, has been Lesh. He's played it, I want to say 3 or 4 games, but
has he won? Like, there's this whole meme going on that
definitely won.
He has lost every lane. How accurate is that?
That's not fully accurate. He's had Lesh games where he broke even or even won slightly. I think 1 or 2 of his Spirit Breaker games were also pretty even. So it hasn't like been an absolute stomping. He won with Clinks against Void Spirit, which is also a Clink's favorite lane. But, you know, Xiao 8 can hold his own. But if he is playing against mid specialists without being a mid player, and on top of that has an unfavorable matchup in 2/3 of his games, you're not going to look good for the most part.
Plus, he's really old. You didn't mention that.
Yeah, that's true. It's over.
He's real old.
Yeah.
I mean, mechanical skills go.
He said it himself in an interview.
Yeah.
I'm old.
I can't refute that.
That was the whole interview. Hello, Xiao 8. I'm old. Like, and then he hung up. And he had to go do old people things.
That sounds like a typical esports interview, actually. You were one
How are you? I am old.
You were one of the few esports players back in the day that would actually give eloquent answers and take the time, you know, to give a proper interview.
Yeah, I should have put my skill points differently. I should have put them into playing instead of talking.
Well, that's a whole nother story entirely, but Fata and Skeeter. So position 5 gyro, we kind of talked about the idea of the shard. Is that actually, like, if you're playing support gyro, is that something you're actually going for?
I don't know. I thought it sounded really cool, so I tried it. It didn't feel good because this shard only really has major impact in the specific chasing sequences where people run away from the missile. Any instance where they take it or use BKB or Manta or Lotus, whatever it is, damage is just kind of insignificant for the most part. It is very cool when heroes are running away from you, though. Then it does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of meh. I don't think we're going to see him buy it, but I would love to. It's fun. It's a very entertaining shard, but not very good.
Yeah. I would agree with that. But all it takes is a couple micro buffs, Cinderin, and then it's picked every single game. So we can look forward to that potentially coming for TI.
Good damage onto 9 in mid. Worth keeping in mind here, Leshrac can pressure Magnus very hard, and there is a very clear beneficiary of this on the top side of the map. Bloodseeker will be very strong as long as Magnus remains low health in mid lane. All the thirst benefits could lead to kills, and at least keep him very safe in the top lane as well with all of that move speed.
Yeah, for sure. Ame's going to get chased away here a bit by the Ion Shell, just trying to get that wave. But talk to me about Bane Elemental in just a moment here. It's the Mischief, but not good enough to end up disjointing that as Fata getting chased a bit by Jinkyu, but I tell you, he's a little bit afraid here as Gyro is kind of hero to fear in the early stages with that rocket barrage. There's no creeps around.
Is under attack.
But Bane is not a hero for the most part. What's happening? Obviously some changes to Nightmare.
Okay.
The effect that's
Might
gonna
have to wait a
have.
little bit.
Okay, homing missile actually connects with the rocket barrage that we're talking about. Mischief keeps him off just a little bit longer, but Fata ends up netting himself first blood.
I feel like this is some sort of camera production meta. Like,
Yeah.
every time they show Fata on camera, I'm just like, what? You know, the suspense.
You never know what's gonna happen. That's the beauty of it.
I was actually wondering about this first blood, if how much they mind, right? Like, obviously it's set up here for Skeeter to get it on this next attack. Fata's moving away, but then the mischief, and he goes in and ensures that they get it.
Yeah.
Okay. That calls for a toast.
Wow, that's the biggest drink he's taken all tournament for
Jinkyu.
sure. Jinkyu, yeah, with the Lucent Beam and the right clicks. High five from
Oh my
Fata.
God, the
That
damage.
usually means death. See if there's any, yeah.
Oh, he's
with the
talented
salve
by
as
it.
well.
That's
So
bad.
double kill for Skeeter. Fata just suicides there to get back to base.
Okay, so this is something that's worth keeping in mind about laning with Luna and the way Fata picks his heroes, right? So when Luna goes 1-0-2 build, his lane partner gets 15 damage. And that is really significant on a hero like Gyro, who is notoriously garbage damage but really good attack animation. You just make the support so much better in lane. And it's a similar logic that they've had when they've played Luna with Abaddon or when they've played Luna with the Pangolier, is Fata just uses that bonus damage that he gets for free. If you think about how much gold you're paying to get 15 damage, that's incredible. You just get it for free there. Skewer.
It's also incredible the damage that they're doing to Zhao 8, but the support, Jinkyu and Y come into play as well. Zhao 8 just barely staying alive. The Nightmare keeps the Gyro at bay, and they're going to turn this around onto 9, and now Fata has found himself on the run. As Jinkyu going to try to block here, and this looks like it will eventually be a kill. Pops the Fairy Fire, maybe trying to get the Ancient Deny, and he gets it. With that reaction, no drink this time.
Nicely done. It's a good deny.
He's eating. Let's just, can't we just have his camera?
Like, I'm actually, I don't know why. I'm wondering, when is this getting old? I feel like I'm not there yet, personally. Especially the whole meta aspect of the suspense of what's going to happen is very interesting for me. It's it's exciting. Well, he does get the deny, but they find the kill on 9. And of course, as we mentioned, Zhao 8 having a good lane. And this is exciting news for LGD, that they've really brought him into the game this time. Currently 3rd on net worth, behind only the Bloodseeker and of course the Luna with the 2 kills in lane. A very good advantage for Skitter here. Going 1-0-3 now. Even more of that right-click damage. I think it's an underappreciated aspect of Luna, just what lane support she enables in this 2-1-2 meta.
Radiant's courier is with us.
Lunar Blessing is just an incredible ability for so many off-brand supports to have. Getting a lot of value out of that.
Yeah,
good Blood Right.
Blood Right only connects on 1 thanks to the swashbuckle from Snake King. He's going to get saved a bit here from Y. Looks like be able to walk away just fine, but Y might have to sacrifice his life.
Yes,
the Ion Shell just continuing there, but there's the Brain Sap. Didn't have a tree path there. Blood Right again, connecting on 2. So yeah, now that we're talking about Y a little bit here, I mean, the lineup is really weird, right? Obviously, we've been seeing Venge off lane. Position 4, Monkey King, not the most common thing these days. Literally just saw position 2 last game. Swat again.
Good damage.
To the shield crash, Ame, Nightmare, and the Blood Right to follow, attempting to get out as the Ion Shell, not quite enough. And Ame extremely quick as a result of this passive of his, is Y just getting ring around the roses here by Snake King. The shield crash finishes him off, but Jinkyu with the stun, be able to at least get a trade out of it.
Notice the way Snake King goes for this kill. It's really important that he doesn't issue an attack command on the Bane. He's running with Ion Shell and just... Oh, nice side step.
Skeeter, level 6 right
whatever
now,
it's called,
getting RP onto the Lesh with Fata and the Rocket Barrage under the tier 1 tower. Zhao 8 drops to the deck.
Great reaction there. 9 coming in with a haste run.
I mean, I have to say for Faith Beyond, his starts with Venge have been atrocious. This is actually one of the better starts for him, honestly.
It is.
What is it about the hero? Like bad in lane or something, but then you have that come like once you get the ags, it's
The aura is really good from physical damage carries, like the Bloodseeker and, well, Monkey King in this case is a support, but the ags is just nutty. Like I am really team Venge in this patch. I think it was already strong last patch, the ags, and now that you have this buff to swap, the hero is just getting to a point where, if enabled, I think it's just incredible. Like fundamentally, what this hero does. Yeah, you can compare it to a Wraith King that has reincarnation, right, with a second life. It's just different, because Venge's spells are like 10 times better. You have a second swap, you have the stun, the minus armor.
All damage to 9. Skewers back with the Fairy Fire, but Zhao gets credit for that kill. Homing missiles coming though. Spot doing some damage to Wiley's pretty much out of mana, but here comes 33. This is a pretty early team fight for the most part, and Tundra gets some revenge.
They are so good at bringing heroes together. I think this is really one of the things that sets Tundra apart from the other teams. Their map movements are really quick. They react super fast. They're very confident in their ability to just bring more heroes than the enemy team, and they always get a good trade. Like sure, you lost 9's mag. In a lot of other games, this is just a kill, but everything comes at a price for LGD.
There is little it can
Beyond just solo pushing this tower for now. It is now level 6 with that swap. Fata homing missile right away. Why? Boundless strike from afar. Looks like Fata's the one in trouble, and PSG.LGD in numbers able to clean up the position 5 from Tundra.
Did he TP down there, or was that someone else? Yeah, he TP'd. So Fata's out of play for almost a minute because he has to run back to lane, which takes quite a while. And Magnus TP also on cooldown. This is just a bottom tower for LGD unless... Well, who could even TP down here and defend this? Maybe Pango? He's level 5. He TP'd base. Man. Skidder is... Honestly, Skidder's in trouble here. He's spotted by a lane ward, and the Monkey King is going to start wrapping behind.
Yeah, we see the wall plate that pops. Bloodright vacuum back though, and he's just going to TP out. But it's getting close. Oh, gets the damage he needs, and here comes the gank you were just alluding to. Skeeter's in a lot of trouble. Gets off the Eclipse, but not enough to actually find himself a kill. 33 TPs in, just gets Nightmare.
Yeah, for once, take it off. For once, they're late. Oh, he's level 6 on Bane.
Zhao in the vicinity as well. Fata running all the way back from Fountain might drop as well. Gets the swap off, and
oh boy,
this is looking rough for Tundra now.
Yep, this is LGD doing a bit of Tundra there with the.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has
just never gets
only the best for the captain. Sad Pellegrino. All right, so nice tower. Goes the way actually of Bane of all heroes here, but LGD with some of that swift movement as well, right? They're very quick to rotate down the heroes, and they take advantage of town portal cooldowns. So nicely done. Yep. Knowing which heroes could not rotate and having the confidence to dive the Luna. Also, key to that move, that Darkseer was busy top fighting the Bloodseeker, because that was the one hero that Tundra could have TP'd down, but he was in the middle of something else, and therefore he was a little bit too late on his help. That was like kind of the perfect storm, right? They get the kill on Luna, that gives Bane 6, that gives them the kill on Darkseer, and then Gyro came in to help Darkseer and also dies, and then they get the tower. So yeah, really, really solid sequence for PSG.LGD there.
We're going to see a smoke here from Tundra, looking to get a little bit more active, knowing that they're likely at the disadvantage. I mean, the net worth isn't really that crazy as Zhao 8 actually hits the split earth there. And looking to push this tower. Beyond shows himself, gets off the magic missile. Here comes the ult from Fata. Swap back in, but that's 3 heroes stuck in the fray. Look at this roll from Snake King as well. And that is 3 very quick kills for Tundra.
Oh, that's a really bad
ult, but the Boundless Strike not there in time. It looks like Ami might get chased down as a result. Look at this damage being applied to him. Homing missiles coming as well, but see if they commit to it.
He's not diving.
Still in his ult.
He's not diving.
No. Ami's gonna live, but still 3. That was a beautiful combo from Tundra.
Yeah, absolutely. They're gonna reap the reward with a mid tower.
Oh, TP in.
Why is...
okay, Nightmare. Faith Beyond's here as well. A little bit of a late TP, but ends up getting it in the end, and yeah, they're just gonna leave him.
Wow. That actually worked out.
It did.
That looked like such a dodgy TP, TPing into 4 heroes like that, but Tundra don't have the high ground ward off to the right that a lot of teams will often have while sieging this tower. If they have that, they're going to see that Bane TP and just kill him instantly.
Dire's bottom tower
like that. Sets up for a nice kill on Mag, but they do lose the mid tower, and Tundra with a quick punch back. Nice to see a closer game. than the last one.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And halfway to
attack.
Ags for Faith Beyond is White getting caught out right now. Faith Beyond in the vicinity though, might have to leave his teammate to die or else he might be in some trouble here. Snake King gets off his ult and yeah, it looks like Faith Beyond's dead. But once he gets his Ags, that's when it becomes really annoying because you're using these spells to kill his Venge. Then you're just alive again. Like, do you actually use more spells? And we've seen some teams get really frustrated towards the end of the game and they do that. And then they have nothing else for anyone else.
Yeah. I think the strategy against Venge Axe in a lot of situations is honestly try not to fight her. Like if you're going Axe on a 3 Venge and you have no other damage items yet, there's like this timing window where you have your spell casts, but outside of that, your right clicks are not that substantial compared to other cores.
Sometimes they don't really have a choice though, because she's the one swapping in, right?
Yeah.
Either aggressively or to save a teammate. And like you were talking about with the damage mitigation that's been added to that, like even just a melee swap.
Yep.
It's not bad anymore.
I think when you have the choice though, not going on Venge is a feels good play, right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of fights where, you know, you see teams not going on Tide because, like, why?
Right.
He's going to purge off the stuns and then get his spells off anyway. Venge is kind of in a similar vein where, yeah, you're going to kill her once, then she has all her spells again. And she can even buy back, and then she's just there again, and then has another life, and it's just difficult to manage.
Maybe if we get her a little watermelon cosmetic, it'll make a little bit more sense. It's Faith Beyond now on the run. Homing missile on its way. Jin-Q giving some vision here. Snake
Xiao is top net worth.
Yep.
I just wanted to point that out.
He won his lane.
Old man still got it.
He got it.
He got it.
Of course, it obviously does help to play a hero that can go into the jungle and flash farm, unlike Spirit Breaker. Yeah, Magnus, you can see the discrepancy here.
Dyer's
So
top
about
tower is
1,200
under
down for 9 right now. For the mid-to-mid matchup, that is. But obviously, can catch up thanks to the Empower.
So I was in queue there. They're pinging him out.
Yeah, he's gonna.
He's
That
in
looks
trouble.
like vacuum. Jin-Q is gonna get caught by the wall. Final strike comes in to delay a bit, but yeah, he is donezo. This is gonna be a tier 1 tower for Tundra.
Dyer's top tower has
So
fallen.
14 to 9 advantage in terms of score, but basically relatively even. Xiao is very low on mana here. Nine's gonna get off the nice skewer back into the fray, and that is a big kill for Tundra. That, like you talked about, the top net worth in the game. Now Faith Beyond getting chased, but it is only position 5 Fata.
He might call down this.
Yeah, the roll, we can hear it coming in. They're going to set this up beautifully. Might even swap Y out, but no, they can't even get it in time. And Y with the Fiend's Grip, a good counter to this Rolling Thunder, but it's really not going to matter for his life. But here comes Wukong's command from Jin-Q. Gyro's dead, but again, just a support, along with the Pango. So you lose a position 3 and 2 for a 5 and 4. Not ideal for PSG.LGD.
Well, I think you're still pretty happy with that as Tundra, of course, considering Luna is just free farming in the meantime, and Bloodseeker did have to get involved there to get the desired outcome of at least a tie on kills. Monkey King should be spotted here by Skitter. The night vision. It's very easy to see Monkey King moving around. Actually, still okay. Just a little hello and goodbye.
Beatles.
I'm wondering what I think about Monkey not going Jingu at all. Actually, like in the past we saw, I think it was mainly Baboka that used to play Monkey King position 4 for a while. The hero was a little bit different back then, but the spells were largely the same. I think he would also go Primal Spring max and skill it first, but I feel like he would get at least 1 value point into the Jingu. But opting not to go for that at all, just playing it flat out as a rotating stun hero.
Right, oh, Xiao getting caught out. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. Getting bursted down out of nowhere. But,
are they going to go Roche with this? They're pinging the pit.
Possibly. I mean, back to your Jingu thing, though. That has been nerfed over the course of the last few patches, where, like, the value point isn't as good as it used to be. So
Yeah,
that has something to do
that's
with it.
true. Lifesteal has got better this patch, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true for this patch. I remember people who just stick it to 1 and just support Monkey King. But will be a free rush, like you said.
We killed that surprisingly fast, but I mean, I guess you have, you know, Empower, Lunar Blessing.
He will live.
It all adds up. I didn't even use a drum charge there.
You got Dark Seer too.
Yep. Very good.
Very good against Roche, as you know. Looks like the BKB is going to be next on the list for the pig-poled skitter right now.
Radiant's bottom tower
And
is
still not that close. I mean, what kind of power spikes are we looking for here? I mean, the hero we have yet to talk about is Ame's Bloodseeker, who is top net worth right now. Has the Maelstrom and finishing BKB relatively soon. So he's going to be, his power spike will come a little bit sooner than the Jin Q getting caught out.
No one does this to me.
I assume like the Aghanim Scepter with Venge and then BKB on Bloodseeker. That's when PSG.LGD will, I will assume, get very aggressive. I think the Ags is coming right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a sick timing. BKB plus Ags lines up very, very strongly. The only thing Ame needs to be worried about in BKB's RP, there's no significant physical damage. I don't know how strong the wall illusion of him is going to be, if that's going to be bothersome or not. Rupture.
Blood right to follow, homing missile, and a call down. No TP for you. Jiawei gets off the Yule, splitter to follow, and this looks like an easy one for LGD. Oh, he
actually did it. I saw it on the camera shot. I was conditioned. I'm like, I'm waiting for it. I know they're going to show it.
Man,
and then they showed it, and then they kind of regretted it. They're like, are we doing it too much? And then he actually drank. Ah, this is a meta.
The conviction is out of control. Oh, by the way, he is going Shard on Fata. So we're going to be able to see the homing missile rocket barrage.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know, man.
Could be awful, but we'll see.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm still not sold. Fata is a Gyro 5 specialist, though. If he does like it, then...
Well, 9 gets swapped in. Splitter to follow. The magic missile to set it up initially. A lot of damage, but there's more reinforcements for Tundras. You see the Rolling Thunder from Snake King. Faith Beyond. Tundra has that Ag, so we've already used this to kill him once. And now Skeeter is going to get magic missiled. Y on the other side. Looks like the Nightmare will save him. Still use those spells, of course, in that Venge form. Monkey King looking for the Wukong's command. Oh, the beautiful setup indeed. But a huge RP onto 3 with the Fiend's Grip holding in the Magnus in place as Ame is going to town on everybody inside this Wukong's command. And he's not done yet. Double kill for him. 3 dead for Tundra. Jin Q barely surviving through this onslaught. Now Tundra on the retreat. Question is there enough catch here for PSG.LGD? Faith Beyond back in his human form.
Damn, that looked really bad for LGD, but why? Getting that full duration Fiend's Grip off on the Magnus, even though it's post RP, that is the damage that's missing there. A couple of hits from 9 would have made all the difference, but they just barely sustained through it. And as soon as these fights start getting scrappy, this is the king of the fight right here. Bloodseeker is just going to run everyone down in this chaos. And I really like the pairing of this hero with Leshrac, by the way, right? You have a hero that deals a lot of spread damage in the fight naturally, getting heroes low, and just sets them up. You're going to see it here. So this RP, wonderful from 9, but instant grip. No skewer coming out, no follow-up damage, and they just narrowly survive. And Ame's just killing everyone at this point.
Yep. Once you get that 1 kill, you get that full HP essentially, and you can just go to town on everybody. So looking like a definite team fight win there for LGD, but again, only a 1K network lead. But who would you rather be in this position? Like, is this favoring this pace in general, a specific team?
I think LGD are stronger for the moment, but you're still looking at a Radiant lineup that come late game is very, very dangerous. But I would be cautious with underestimating Bloodseeker late game. I think this hero has reached a point because of the addition of some of the stronger talents and just the overall feel of this game that I can see him becoming a hard carry in this game and actually just handling it. And he only really, like we talked about, needs to worry about RP in his BKB. So,
yeah, working on a Mjolnir now. So he's going to start taking off. Still top net worth. And Luna not too far behind, but we were accustomed to seeing Luna just be the top net worth for the majority of the game.
Yep.
Not the case this time around, and especially with 9. He has been the pacemaker for, well, I guess pacemaker is a literal physical object put inside your heart. That's not what I mean. He sets the pace for their team, Cinderin. But this time around with Magnus just hasn't felt the same. And part of it could be the Jiawei hero choice. You know,
part of it is that he didn't get an awesome laning stage, but it's also the nature of his hero, right?
Oh, that is a horn toss. That's the shard on 9, bringing Faith Beyond back. The damage reduction's there, but he's going to be brought down. Again, his illusion is here as well. Jin Q, the rupture into the Wukong's command, and the Fiend's grip as well. That is going to be a very easy kill on Ski despite the BKB. And Snaking trying to get out of that Wukong's command. Will do so successfully. The call down, slowing them down as well. See Faith Beyond just wreaking so much havoc as this freaking illusion. Gonna take out Fata in tow. Swap again. Onto 33 this time. Magic Missile. He doesn't really have anybody to follow this up with, though.
Radiant's middle tower is losing
this vengeful spirit, it feels like it needs to be a ban.
It is so good.
of tactics.
I find it interesting that LGD have always opted for picking it late in the draft, right? They've picked it like 8th and 10th in almost every game. And I just think this hero has so much untapped potential. Maybe it's because they feel like it's only a 3, so they're waiting until they, you know, have secured that their other cores are in good condition. I think Core Venge can easily be played mid, personally. It has a lot of decent matchups in lane and gets a faster axe that way.
But does Xiao 8 play it?
That's a good question. If you play Spirit Breaker, don't you also play Venge? Isn't it just like, it's go time, let's go boys, swap, kind of, you know? It's not like exactly the same. You get the idea, right? It's a hero that puts itself at risk to give its team the fight.
Well, the difference is not only puts it at risk, but dies.
Oh, he's also dying a lot in the Spirit Breaker last game.
That's true. But in pubs, that's not always the case, right?
Yeah, and it is true. They are kind of treating this tournament like pubs, right? So,
I mean, they are picking some strange things, and I'm not complaining. I absolutely love it. We do see the shard on the Fata. Again, I have yet to actually see this in practice at all. Probably will be underwhelming, but hoping for something to catch our eye.
So it should highlight how this shard works. It is whenever you put a homing missile on a target, it starts firing rocket barrage constantly until the homing missile hits, and the barrage hits anything around itself, or the missile rather, the barrage from the missile hits in a 700 area, I think it is, but prioritizes the target. So whenever it's in range of the target you've missiled, you have a constant barrage on it until it explodes. But that 1 second delay actually feels kind of bad a lot of the time. You would love it to go off instantly. Not the case. Tundra gonna smoke up here. They will meet some enemies.
Instant break. There is no vision to see him though. He sees them. There's the horn toss back again. This is the deal with Faith Beyond. He dies. They use a little bit. Can they kill him again? It's gonna cost a Rolling Thunder, but there you see the rupture. Now Snaking has to stand in place. Faith Beyond still alive. No, Lucid Beam actually brings him down, and there is the Wukong's command. It's a 1-for-1 right now. It's Fata in the midst of things. There's the wall. In the vacuum as well. The blood right to follow. And now Fata trying to get out of dodge. The Xiao and company are just going to have to get out as well. But Skewer onto the other side. Nightmare to follow for Y. And there's the Fiend's grip onto the Luna. Xiao looking to follow us up with a splitter, but it'll be on the Magnus instead. And here comes Ame. BKB. That Eclipse is going to be completely mitigated as a result. And now Skeeter just getting chased down by Ame, who's not super fast yet. He's going to have to focus on Fata instead, it looks like. As well as 33. My God, everybody drops, and now the chase is on to Peter. He sees him. Buy back on the Fata, though, to prevent this from going any further.
Yep.
All right, let's watch this rocket barrage on the homing missile, everybody.
Yep. It could kill Xiao 8 if they're not paying attention for 5 seconds straight.
All right, here it comes. Rocket barrage. There it is. There it is. Bop, 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 bop. All right. Wow. Not great there.
That was a bonus 100 damage.
Yep.
To the impurity.
1,400. Well spent.
We'll see. We'll see. That's a small sample size, Cinderin.
Yep, that is true. Don't judge a book by its cover. Judge it after you've read it, and you can tell it was not worth 1,400 gold.
That's right, but we've only read the first chapter.
That is true. It was a very bad chapter, though.
Yeah, usually when a book starts off poorly,
then you just put it down. But you can't sell your shard back.
Well, the problem is we can't turn. Yeah, you can't sell it, and we can't stop broadcasting.
That's true.
We could walk away, but I don't think that's going to be very professional. So.
You bought shard on Gyro?
I quit! I've seen crazier things in esports, so. 8K net worth lead now for PSG.LGD as we're going to see the highlight. Yeah, the damage, see with the rupture.
The amount of value they're getting out of Venge is just so stupid. This was actually very good from Tundra. They managed to kill Venge twice, only sacrificing their gyro. They set this up. And 9 is very patient here looking for the RP, but he's stunned in the backline. You saw that? That stun from the Monkey King there actually prevents the vacuum into RP combination that they were looking for.
Oh, we have another fight. This is not a highlight, in fact. Swap back on Roulette. You can see the damage mitigation coming through as well. Now Faith Beyond. Life number 1.
Oh, we'll miss the stun barely.
All right.
Good swap again. Nice load. Clutch.
Cancel it out, essentially. I believe that Snake King gets damage reduction as a result of that as well. Not sure if they'll be able to get off the Faith Beyond illusion. Yeah, they will. Finally. Well, they do have some tools for sure. Like Gyro, I think, is especially good at killing off these illusions with all these smoke. And huge RP from 9, but Wukong's command from Jin Q on the high ground. But Ame getting extremely low, attempting to run away. Looks like he'll be successful. The question is, at what cost? Xiaowei has already dropped. Rupture applied to 9. He's going to get swapped, and the panel is actually talking about that combo right there.
I don't know about that swap from 33.
Faith Beyond, he's here. Lotus overapplied as well as Faith Beyond, now trying to kite a little bit. Gets the Lucid Beam, though.
All right, it was good.
Back into his vengeful form. He's been playing in that form a little bit more than he would like to.
That looked scary when he vacuumed him down. Like, that could set up Venge to give them a turnaround in the fight, but Bloodseeker, obviously being so low, had to heal up in the jungle first. Nice move from Tundra. They swing back by about 3k gold with that exchange. And obviously, a great play from 9 there. Horn toss into immediate RP.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Horn Toss?
I think it's very good.
How come we don't see it every game?
Good question. I mean, it's always going to be a trade-off, right? I think in a lot of games, Magnus has a lot of requirement from his team to deal damage. It's not a very good damage ability. It's just for control and repositioning purposes. Right. But in this game, you're playing with Luna and Darkseer, and who have very, very good damage as cores. Gyro support and Pango support also not bad in that department. They're gonna get
Aegis
another rogue.
Shard goes to Darkseer, so they're actually prioritizing normal punch.
I kind of like this. You punch the Venge and get another
Wow, probably breaks the game. I mean, Luna already has Shard, so it's basically between him and Snake King Shard. I mean, Snake King Shard is just better, theoretically at least.
He's gonna buy it himself though.
Okay,
so. It's about, okay. He's not going to buy it without having gold, though.
Yeah, the double Lotus into Yules, but death cometh for Snake King. Yeah, that's going to set him back on his shard for a little bit, that's for sure. But, I mean, playing a Pango against the Bloodseeker is always just, I mean, not only that, into Fiend's Grip as well, just brutal. Like, the rolls will not be very successful very often.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the play? Like, initiating with that just means they're going to use one of those spells. Maybe you're doing that purposefully to just, you know, cancel it out or something, or do you think waiting to use your roll in a lot of cases is better? I
think his item build is the solution here. He's going Lotus plus Lincolns, and that is very expensive, but with the way Pango works, you can actually farm these items up. Could argue you could have gone Lincolns first, but there's still other problems then. There's so many single target spells, like even something like Enfeeble, just getting rid of it, right? But having Lotus plus Lincolns, you go in, it's kind of intimidating. The enemy team has to kind of think twice before they cast their spells. It gets a bit confusing, so maybe that way he can get off a Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Manta now on Faith Beyond. Yeah, he's starting to transition to kind of a, I mean, actually, last time he did this, he went Ags, Manta, and then he went Octarine, or attempted to. He went Aether Lens at the very least.
This time he's eyeing a Butterfly,
yeah.
So transitioning into a true core as
very
well.
Interesting.
A little funny detail with this Manta, I think he did that the other day when he played it. He uses it to swap himself out of trouble. He puts the Manta, goes into the fight, and then he can swap his own illusion back in, get damage mitigation, and then go from there. Obviously, there's a little bit of benefit to the Manta here. Just pushing out waves is always going to be a thing. You can maybe, if you're clutch, Manta dodge something really key here, like RP, dodge a missile. But it's not like the best Manta game ever, where it's like, oh, they have an Orchid and, you know, maybe some.
Oh, the Horn Toss onto the illusion.
Can also use it for this.
Yep, they see him though, or they know. They have become aware. I mean, it's relatively low.
Well, for that,
huge. He's actually still smoked. I think they definitely realized that pretty quick. And now Faith Beyond Company, look at all these smokes. This is going to be a big engagement. Fata's going to be spotted first by Ame. Bloodright's coming out first. Looks like it's going to not hit anybody though. But BKB's activated as Fata. You can see the wall plays onto two. Fata's going to be the first sacrifice. Oh, 9 couldn't find anybody. And Snake and getting destroyed on the sideline. Double kill for Ame. 33 does get the vet. Okay. This is an absolute disaster for Tundra. They are dropping like flies. The only kill they're able to get is Faith Beyond, and he's that illusion again. An ultra kill for Ame. Will they give him the rampage? Skeeter has to hold his ground, gets off the Eclipse, but he's dropping very, very quickly. Does find one kill in Jin Q, but dies shortly after. So a 5 for 2. And PSG.LGD looking Very good.
Why steals the Rampage and immediately taunts with the cheese.
Understandable.
Yeah. It's so crucial for Tundra right now to get RP off. That was the first team fight that they didn't really get it. And that it just makes all the difference. So you see they're trying to poke into Ame here, but Y with really good positioning sitting off on the right is making 9 hesitate. And honestly, him going on the Lesh there, it's a little bit disconnected or maybe too ambitious, right? Maybe the idea is, okay, you guys are going to go on the Bloodseeker. I'm going to skewer a Lesh into him and then we RP.
Right.
But the positioning of LGD's heroes, they're spread pretty thin. They have a very good defensive position there with the Bane as well to save any in case of any problems. It just makes things very, very easy for them. And honestly, where did all this Monkey King farm come from?
Yeah, how does he have BKB?
Position 4 Monkey, Orb of Corrosion, Mage Slayer, BKB.
Oh, I didn't even see the Mage Slayer.
He is really, really farmed.
Very cool. This, of course, got buffed in the last patch in terms of its cost.
Is any hero on the Dire not a core right now except Bane? I think they're all reaching a point where we could consider them cores.
Yeah.
And for the first time in a cast for me this tournament, I think I can say 9 is not having a good game. Like,
true.
This is the first time that he has been truly shut down. He is 6th on net worth behind the Venge. Has gone for this utility build-up without damage. He's going for BKB next to try to give him a better chance of RPing. But even then, there's 3 BKB piercing spells on LGD. There's Grip, Swap, as well as Rupture that you have to worry about. So even with a BKB, you're not feeling too safe.
No, that's a good point. But and the discrepancy is huge. Like, if he's having an average game, maybe it's okay. But his average game this tournament is ridiculously good.
Absolutely.
Probably averaging like 15 kills a game, something like that in the games that we've cast at least. But yeah, PSG.LGD definitely showing up in this game number 2. And I don't know how many games it's going to take. Maybe this is all it takes is to get this Venge ban. But you can see that it's a pain in the ass.
It feels like a really good second phase ban against this team. It just,
but
I think it's going to strategically, it's just going to put you at ease a little bit for the rest of the draft, that you don't have to have this in the back of your mind. Every game we've seen them play this Venge, it has been instrumental.
What makes a bad Venge game, though? Like, why couldn't you theoretically pick this in the first phase?
That's what I'm thinking, right?
He's had such bad games, like, to start, and he still has enormous impact once he gets the literal first item axe.
When I read the changelog for this hero, I was like, I can foresee this hero becoming a first phase hero suddenly. And it might get to that point in this tournament. I don't know if it will. But yeah, I'm with you. I think you can first face this hero. Like, it's just that good. ZQ.
Yeah, the Wukong's command, a nice boundless strike onto 2. He's really in the vicinity, though. 9 gets forced out his BKB, and that's probably good enough. Oh. Horn toss to skewer back onto Ame. Into the RP as well. Do they have enough damage to take him out finally? Satanic? Yep, keeping him a little bit longer, but not long enough thanks to the normal punch. Snake King in the roll-up right now. It's his ult off, going to connect onto Zhao 8. This will be a pretty big kill with a Fiend's Grip. Going to finish off Snake King with style. And PSG.LGD still doing just fine despite no. Take that back, a big vacuum with the balance strike to follow, though. Faith Beyond's going to go into his illusion form. Skewer back into the tier 3. Jin Q, the support Monkey King, is going to end up dropping. So PSG.LGD perhaps a little bit cocky. And now Y trying to TP out. Going to get canceled, though. So all it cost them was a buyback onto the gyrocopter, I believe. But Tundra coming out way ahead of this fight.
Yeah, that's all Mag. Just when we talk about 9 having a hard game, he comes up big. He gets this Horn Toss Skewer into the base, into RP on the Bloodseeker, and the teammates just aren't in range. There's no swap available. A swap there just owns that fight, but the distance is just way too big. I like this attempt from Xingqiu, but like you said, there's no teammates nearby. He forces Mag's BKB. You might consider that a pretty good trade-off, but this is really heads up from 9. Immediately sees the opportunity. They're going for the Rupture on Pango here to prevent the Rolling Thunder, and he pays big time for it. Ame with a mistake here. Almost survived with the Satanic.
If he got that kill.
Yeah.
He's no HC, basically.
But then they might have gotten range for the swap.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice Fiend's Grip onto Snake King, but then it collapsed upon PSG.LGD here. So just a little bit of misstep. I mean, if it was a non-farmed Monkey King, that ult would have been more than fine, I think, right? But you actually have a lot of value with it now. He's such a high level.
Yeah.
Just trading it off for a BKB isn't the worst case scenario in a lot of these games.
Oh, he's going to crystal this. All right.
All right.
Monkey King wants to kill.
Why not? Oh, we got the shard on Faith Beyond now.
Wave of Terror steals 20% of hero base damage and base armor, granting it to Venge. Remember, it says steals, so they lose it too, right?
Yep.
Who has really high base damage in this game? Luna's 200, so that's 50 for Venge.
That's the biggest one by far.
If he hits... Wait, how much can he get from this? Does he get 20% of each hero it hits?
Yeah.
That's nutty.
You're just realizing this. I mean, I've only seen it a couple times. It hasn't really looked that good, but in a lot of the games, the Venge is not farmed.
If he hits a good Wave of Terror here, he gets 100 bonus damage.
Yeah.
For 1,400 gold. You do realize how ridiculous that sounds, right? It's for 8 seconds.
But
granted, it's for 8 seconds, but it's 10-second cooldown.
Or 1,400 gold rocket barrage is added to homing missile Cinder.
That's true.
Just think of the possibilities. 9.
Not bad.
Surged up right now. It's level 24.
That's a lot of damage.
And into the potential death as 9 gets off the RP. No, he actually dies first. And now the chase is on to 33. The right clicks are there, and
good.
PSG.LGD looking primed to take this or to tie it up at 1 apiece. Fata getting chased by Zhao. You can see the homing missile with that rocket barrage. Look at that damage from 1,400 gold. Unbelievable. Abe counters it by killing Gyrocopter Cinderin. 11k net worth lead now for them. As you can see, the Lesh shard is up and running as well.
They know there's no buyback on Gyro. They don't know Darkseer doesn't have it. He's out of buyback because of gold.
Yeah.
But maybe they can connect the dots if they notice he has a Hex purchased on 33. Jeez. Looks like they're planning on going high ground. There is still the danger of getting skewered, but if Venge is clutch here, if Faith Beyond is ready, anyone they offer up to the mag can get swapped immediately mid-skewer.
And here we go.
They weren't ready for
the
that one.
Monkey King, though, gets skewered all the way back with a big boundless strike. But he's not going to be able to hit his stun. Wukong's command comes out, and it looks like PSG.LGD is more than happy to fight right here, but they're going to lose Jin Q to start things out. Faith Beyond, stunned by the Lucent Beam. Needs to reposition here. It's still a 4v3 in favor of LGD. And again, even if Faith Beyond dies, he can still continue on. You can see, oh, the backdoor protection pops it now. Diabolic
He's 25.
too strong. Oh, you're right. He just hit 25 as well. But there, okay, we have there's the swap. The big swap from Faith Beyond will be enough to save Zhao. He's in the tree line, right? Like a tries to turn around to Skeeter, and the right clicks are enough for Ame. And Snake King looks to be next on the list. Gets in his roll-up form, which means he's just going to go back to base thanks to the right clicks from Ame himself. A normal punch. Do they have enough damage to actually take out Ame? We're doing a good job of controlling him. Now Faith Beyond now. We got the Satanic, so Ame is relatively healthy now. Getting swapped out yet again and just going to scurry back to base. And they are successful in getting that melee racks.
That was a good defense from Tundra. They were 3v5. That's really not bad at all.
Normal punch onto the illusion.
Now it's kind of bad.
All right. Yeah. 9 takes the tumble. That's truly unfortunate. Sometimes you just forget that hero is not ever dead.
Tundra kind of forgot about the Bliss.
Yeah,
a little
bit.
And the bench. Well, it's a hold. It's still not looking great for Tundra, especially considering that was a dieback for 9 after he died there in the end, and that should open up for a free Roshan when LGD's heroes respawn, as Tundra cannot kill it themselves without their Luna, who's on the sidelines for just as long as the heroes on the enemy team. And that would make for a 5v4 in the pit. So I think if you're LGD, you take it easy, you push out mid-wave, group up, and get that Aegis.
Yeah, level 25 on bench now, so
Magic Missile pierces. Yeah.
Very, very nice. Oh, it's actually the first time that's been taken, apparently. So, usually takes the damage bonus from the aura. But lots of BKBs, of course. Okay, vacuum onto the low ground, looking for the support kill here. Normal punch as well. Snake King just rolling for fun on the high ground. Just to show him how it's done. Ame and company have come to play, though. BKB activated, 33, gets off the surge. Will be successful for now, but he's getting chased by a Bloodseeker. BKB's off, though. This could be a huge kill if they're able to find it. Fata, homing missile's coming. Oh, nice dodge with that Nightmare. Will be successful. And here comes Zhao 8 from the side. 33 down thanks to the Pulse Nova. Eon disactivated. Snake King wants to go back in. They have to be pretty careful here. Nope, double kill for Zhao 8. As that Skeeter looks to be next on the list. The Yules, Zhao 8 sets it up. Wukong's command. And this is likely the end of game number 2. If they're able to push this any further. Well, at least it'll be extremely difficult for the Tundra to come back in this game.
The only other time I've seen Y use this line was when the game was over. So
That's true.
He said that literally when they won. So
I mean, they kind of
against
have
VP.
one. Roche number 2 might just seal it.
It's telling for what he thinks about this game right now.
Tower is under attack.
Somebody was standing in the door. Don't confuse the players. Don't distract them. It's an important series. They are down 1-0. I need to concentrate. Maybe not concentrate that much right now, as they're 5-on-2, but after a high-intensity game, in many ways,
Tower is under attack.
LGD with
It will fall like a ripe apple.
seemingly an unbeatable strategy with Venge. when all looks grim. I don't think they've lost with it, have they?
I haven't seen them lose yet, but maybe there is one.
I haven't seen lost either.
I haven't seen loss yet from them.
Barracks are under
All right, that's the
attack.
second Rax, and
Lost is a TV show. You would know that. You
I
watch
actually
every-
that was a long time ago. So okay.
Soldiers are hopeless.
I'm surprised that you even know that. Actually, you're very uncultured when it comes to degenerate activities like watching TV.
Yeah, that is only for two true degens.
Structures are fortified.
Normies play video games.
That's true. Jin Q making an annoyance of himself. He's going to get horn tossed and skewered back into the fountain. Gets off his Wukong's command, but that fountain stacks up thanks to the Ursa stacks, if you want to call it that. Oh, look at the homing missile with the rocket barrage. Yep, the BKB has to run back into it. Now 33 looking to chase, but it looks like Ame is still going to survive. Just going to kill some creeps to get a little bit more healthy with that satanic of his.
It's a hold. They got the Luna buyback though.
Double damage.
Oh, that is a very deep chase. 33.
Yeah.
Out of bounds.
That, sure, Cinderin. Good attempt at sports references here. 33 is going to get bursted down at 9. Oh, trying to get off his RP, but he gets gripped in the meantime. These Fiend grips have been on point all game, and Jin Q with another ult coming out. As Fata getting chased down, Skeeter gets blown up, and I'm sure Fata's about to take a nice juicy drink. Nope, he's too exacerbated right now, Cinderin, to do so.
Radiant's middle tower is
This game about to end, I promise you, Cinderin. Believe you me.
What?
Believe you me.
Okay.
It's gonna be mega creeps.
barracks have been split.
I mean, that 100 seconds for Luna. I don't know if they can hold this. Venge again, and it's basically 5v3 to Venge.
Swap.
Yeah, swap
Stun.
with the rupture. Lotus overfly, but a little bit too late. And Fata stays alive a little bit longer. Normal punch onto Ame with the homing missile, but no, Nightmare again dodged. And Y has played like an absolute god on this hero that I thought was completely irrelevant. But LGD as a whole just looked really, really good here. As we're
Radiant's middle tower
Ame had
under attack.
less than 30 HP. 5 HP there.
There is
1.
1!
Radiant's middle tower is
1, 2, 3!
There is
MVP's called! Yeah!
Well, that game was definitely over at that point. So, yeah, nice bounce back here from LGD.